Point Park men's basketball climbs the conference rankings. Further details come on about the Pittsburgh's NFL draft, and the Winter Olympics bring the action. It's time to come on down to Pioneer Sideline. Good evening and welcome to Pioneer Sideline. I'm Ryan Jones, back for another week of sports news. We have the latest Point Park and local news and all you need to know about the Winter Olympics. To start, Nathan Shivens reports on yet another win from Point Park's men's basketball team.
That's right, Ryan. Point Park men's basketball seems to be peaking at just the right time. The Pioneers have won 4 of their last 5 games, including an 82-76 victory on the road in Athens, West Virginia against Concord University. Aiden Anderson once again led the way for Point Park, scoring 34 points on 12 of 20 shooting, including an excellent 5 of 6 from three-point range. For Anderson, it was the 4th 30-plus point effort of the season, with 3 of them coming in the last 5 games, coinciding with the Pioneers' hot streak. Caden Warner contributed 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 steals, and Greg Williams chipped in 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists for a Pioneers team that is climbing the MEC standings. Point Park shot almost 43% from the floor and was 7 of 8 from the free throw line. They also only turned the ball over 5 times and forced 11 Concord turnovers. Point Park was able to clamp down defensively on the Mountain Lions as Concord was held to 27 of 70 from the floor, including a paltry 5 of 28 from behind the three-point line. Point Park will look to continue its winning ways against West Virginia State this Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. at CCAC Allegheny Gym, and on Saturday on the road against Charleston at 7:30 p.m. Now to Ryan Quinn on track and field's latest meet.
Thanks, Nate. Point Park traveled to State College for the Skies and Sabach Invitational at Penn State University on Saturday, February 7th. This is the second to last event before the MEC Indoor Track and Field Championships. So how did the Pioneers perform? The story of the track season has been breaking school record after school record, and for this event it was much more of the same. 3 Pioneers breaking school records being Dunya Van Dan Toren, Chase Bowen, and Jana Manson. Van Dan Toren's high jump of 1.72 meters had beaten her record-setting jump of 1.70 meters earlier in the season. This got her 5th in the Invitational. Bowen's time in the 800 meter with 1 minute 53.71 seconds was a record-setting time, which put him 13th in the event. Jana Manson's got her record in the weight throw with a distance of 14.10 meters, which got her 12th at State College. Point Park was also able to come out with a first-place finish from junior Akeem Mustafa, getting first in the long jump with a length of 7.15 meters. He also placed 7th in the triple jump for the Invitational. Point Park will be heading back to Youngstown for the YS2 Last Chance meet on Friday, February 9th. Back to you at the desk, Ryan.
Now that's all from Point Park Sports, but we have a whole lot more in the week ahead. Men's and women's basketball compete at home versus West Virginia State on Wednesday, February 11th. Indoor track and field return to Youngstown State once again to compete in the YSU Collegiate Last Chance meet. Men's wrestling competes in the John Carroll Open on Saturday. And after a postponed game last week, men's lacrosse competes in its first game in program history on Saturday at Highmark Stadium. Tune in for more Pioneer updates right here next week. And as always, go Pioneers! After the break, NFL and NFL draft news that you don't want to miss. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Becca Trulich is in the studio with an update on the long-awaited NFL draft here in the Steel City. Becca?
The countdown is on. The picks are about to be in. The NFL draft is coming. Now that the big game is over, fans are turning their sights to the NFL draft that will be held here in Pittsburgh, April 23rd through the 25th. The renderings were released last week. The NFL, in partnership with Visit Pittsburgh and the Pittsburgh Steelers, released these renderings, offering fans a look at how this event will unfold across the North Shore and downtown, a city defined by grit and an enduring passion for football. These renderings highlight a bold two-site draft campus design, showcase Pittsburgh's landmarks, waterways, and skyline while delivering an immersive experience. The draft theater and main stage will be located just outside Acrisure Stadium, placing the draft at the heart of one of the most recognizable sports districts. The draft theater will create a dramatic setting for pick selections and television coverage. Globally televised shots will feature Pittsburgh skylines, rivers, and bridges, a site that reflects the character and unity of unmatched football legacy. The NFL draft experience, located at Point State Park, will transform one of Pittsburgh's most historic places into a vibrant hub for football, community, and culture. The Roberto Clemente Bridge will be closed to vehicle traffic and will be activated as a walkway, creating a walkable connection between downtown and the North Shore. In addition, the Gateway Clipper fleet will provide river transportation between draft sites, offering fans a distinctly Pittsburgh way to experience the event while highlighting the city's waterways. Dan Rooney, Vice President of Business Development and Strategy for Pittsburgh Steelers, said, quote, "Football fans from around the world will see how Pittsburgh's iconic landscape creates a natural amphitheater, providing the perfect setting for this world-class celebration of football." End quote. Keeping things in Pittsburgh, let's go back to the desk for a discussion on the Pittsburgh Penguins.
That's right. I'm here with Ryan Thiele for a Pittsburgh Penguins midseason recap. Ryan, thank you for joining me.
Yeah, anytime. It's fun to talk about a red-hot team compared to how we were this time last year.
Yeah, I know. We started to slip off just a little bit towards the end there. Of course, injuries had something to play with it, but it was a great game against Buffalo. Just give me your thoughts. What's going on here?
Yeah, so my thoughts on it is just the young talent. I mean, it's the best that young talent from Wilkes-Barre has looked since 2016, 2017, when Jake came up, Ryan Russ came up, all these kids came up from the Wilkes-Barre team up to the main roster. Now we got kids like Ben Kidnell, who has 53 games played, 14 goals, 13 assists, and 27 points. And then we have Avery Hayes, who played in Buffalo, first game in, 2 goals +2 ±. You don't see that anymore coming out from the AHL up to the main roster. It's great to see, and especially when years past, the Penguins farm system has been known as the worst farm system in the league.
Yeah, and also what I think they did really well with Avery Hayes is that they didn't rush him. He's 23 years old. He had some time down in Wilkes. Now, the thing that they've done with some of these players like Rutger McGroarty, in my opinion, I think they rushed him at first, and that's what kind of shook him up a little bit and why he's been up and down within the roster. But a guy like Avery Hayes, he's 23 years old, obviously older than Rutger, so you've got to give a little leeway there. But he just looks great. 2 goals in his first 2 shots. He's looking like Jake Gensel out there.
Yeah, agreed. This is what they should have done with Rutger. It's what they're doing right now with Sergei, and their young talent looks great. They're letting him just eat up time down in Wilkes-Barre and then let him come up when it's naturally time. There's one other thing I want to mention is that this break. We have now 2 weeks with the Olympics going on, and now you mentioned injuries. Now we got Achari on day-to-day, Lazot's on the day-to-day, and then we got St. Ivory on the IR. So now this break, everyone's be like, oh, this break's going to kill us. We're not going to be good. Coming out of the break, we're going to come out slow. I don't think so. I think now we got 4 guys playing in Italy right now. We just send our young talent back to Wilkes-Barre to keep their legs warm. Then our older guys like Malkin, Letang, all of them are still skating. They're not just sitting on their couch doing nothing. So we're going to be coming out as hot as we were going in.
Yeah, this break is going to be extremely beneficial for these people. I think that the Olympic break, like you said, is going to be awesome for those guys who are playing in it. But like you said, I 100% agree. I think this break we're going to come out super hot after this break because we're a team that we're able to build off of momentum, no matter if it's a week break or if it's a month break. So I think it's going to help us a lot.
Agreed.
Now, the NFL season concluded this past Sunday, and Gabe Ebersol has all the info on what took place. Gabe?
You got that right, Ryan. One last game will leave one last team standing. For the final time in this rousing roller coaster of a season, let's see what the National Football League had to offer. Super Bowl Sunday, Super Bowl 60. 6 o'clock in Santa Clara, Seattle Seahawks and Sam Darnold. Opponents in the AFC corner, it's sophomore Drake May leading New England to a familiar stage, the biggest in football, American football. And after American Idiot, Charlie Puth's national anthem, both teams trotted out their captains for the ceremonial coin toss. Joe Montana unfortunately flipped heads. Seattle opened the game on offense, stringing together 3 splash plays, including Super Bowl MVP Cooper Kupp with a beauty through contact, en route to a short field goal. The first points, it's Jason Myers. An early sack sets the Pats behind the sticks for the first, but certainly not the last time on the night. Patriots punt, but the New England D gets the ball right back to the offense. Optimistic opening to the possession, a real big booty catch for 21 yards. But just like birds in the winter, everything went south very quickly for New England. A little bit backwards, a little bit more backwards, then a lot of bit more backwards leads to another Patriots punt. Not to be outdone, Seattle retaliates with a punt of their own, but 3 and out, Patriots punt. Finally, a spark in the dark. Kenneth Walker with a 30-yard dash to cross the midfield mark. Great run by him, but he's not done at all. 29 yards on his next carry, and suddenly it's Seattle with a red zone rush. Another field goal from Money Myers, 6-0 now. May sacked, it's a Patriots punt. Seahawks punt, Patriots switch it up and punt. 2-minute drill, Darnold dink and dunked his way into field goal range. A trio of 7-yard passes puts Jason Myers on the field for his third three-pointer of the half. 9-0 heading into the break. It's Bad Bunny breaking the record for the most viewed halftime show. Over 135 million people tuning into the Puerto Ricans' performance. Obviously inspired by the halftime show, the Patriots would come out and punt. This would give way to the Sam Darnold showcase. He hits Shaheed for the first big gain. Next play, it's Opoy JSN, also going for 16 yards. Loosen up the legs. Sam I am scrambling for another first down. But he's not stealing the running back shine. Here, K9, take this for 20 ticks. Of course, all roads lead to Rome, and Jason Myers' field goal, 12-0. Patriots punt. 3 and out to be exact. Seattle matches, giving New England a chance to shock the world and not punt, which they do. Instead of taking the sack on third down and punting, Drake May fumbles. Possession to Seattle. In early fourth quarter, finally, a first touchdown score shows up. A.J. Barner breaking the plane, putting his team ahead 3 scores. But Mac Hollins writes back. Hollins takes 2 big catches in and puts the Pats on the board in the closing act. Seattle, starting to sweat under the pressure, gives it back to New England with 10:40 left, up 12. But Drake May misfires over the middle, and Julian Love takes that pass the other direction. 2 Kenneth Walker runs set up the all-reliable Jason Myers field goal. The defense delivers the dagger, getting a final lick in on the MVP runner-up, intercepting this ball and taking it all the way back for 6, sealing Super Bowl 60. Final score, Seattle 29, New England 13. The game's MVP, Kenneth Walker. The Michigan State Spartans supplied Seattle 161 yards on the sport's biggest stage. Meanwhile, the defense secured 6 sacks from 4 different players. And on the final front, Jason Myers represented the special teams with the most field goals in a Super Bowl and the most points in a single season ever. One of the most well-rounded teams of the century, the Seahawks are the last team standing, securing Super Bowl 60, their second in franchise history. Meanwhile, Drake May stat padded so hard he now has the record for the most yards in a quarter in Super Bowl history. So congrats to him as well. Back to you at the desk, Ryan.
Next, our brand new Winter Olympics segment, Don't Go Anywhere. It's a tough crowd. Welcome back. Now to Edmi Idalis with the latest on Olympic figure skating.
The Olympic figure skating team event concluded this past Sunday and USA secured the gold for the second time in a row. USA is the first team to repeat as champions in the team event. Ilya Malinin, also known as the Quad God, is the name everyone is talking about after a stunning clinch performance in the men's free skate. As the team was going into the men's free skate, the United States and Japan were tied at 59 points. Star male skater Ilya Malinin told reporters, quote, "I knew it was tied. I knew that I was the deciding factor. I told myself, this is your moment. It's do or die," end quote. Malinin had a shaky short program the night before, but came into this event with determination. Quote, "We really know that it's all up to you. And I went in there with that mindset, so I really just let everything take its course," end quote. Malinin has yet to perform his signature quad axel, which has not been done successfully on Olympic ice, but secured that gold with a program that consisted of 5 quadruple jumps, scoring a 200.03 to break the overall tie with Team Japan. Japan's Sato Shun was the final performer, and with his emotional performance, he achieved 194.86 points, which was not enough to secure Japan gold. The U.S. team got gold in the event with 69 points. Japan got silver with only 1 point difference at 68, and bronze went to the host nation, Italy. Next, Marcus Betts is here with to highlight a trailblazer in another skating sport. Marcus.
On Pioneer Sideline, we celebrate those who define new paths in sports. And tonight, we spotlight a champion who didn't just follow a path. She created an entirely new one. Speed skater Erin Jackson. At 33 years old, the native of Ocala, Florida, moves with a calm intensity. But her journey to Olympic gold didn't begin on ice. It began on wheels. A world-class inline skater, Jackson made a stunning transition to speed skating only in 2017. For most, starting from zero, that close to an Olympic cycle, would be unimaginable. For Jackson, it was simply the next frontier. After first lacing up speed skates, she qualified for the 2018 Winter Games, becoming the first black woman to make a U.S. Olympic speed skating team. 4 months. That's not just natural talent, that's a pioneer's drive. And that drive delivered a landmark moment by winning gold in the 500-meter, defending her title from Beijing 2022. Erin Jackson has become the first black woman to win an individual Winter Olympic gold medal for the United States. She also broke a 20-year medal drought for American women in her sport. Her accolades are monumental: Olympic champion, world record holder, and Team USA's flag bearer. But her legacy is the very essence of a pioneer. Her story isn't about a single-minded destiny, about world-class athleticism, boldly charting a new course. On Pioneer Sideline, Erin Jackson's journey is our defining story. She proves that the path to greatness isn't always straight. It's a fearless, graceful turn onto entirely new ice. Now to Megan Lukic on the women's hockey gold medal chase. Megan?
Team USA's women's hockey team has been dominant through their first 3 games of the preliminary round, so far defeating Czechia, Finland, and Switzerland and outscoring all of their opponents 15-1. But they face their greatest test this afternoon as they rounded out group play, taking on their biggest rival in Team Canada, who entered Tuesday's game without their captain Marie-Philippe Poulin. Poulin suffered a lower body injury in Canada's 5-1 win against Czechia on Monday and is currently listed as day-to-day. In today's game, the United States took the lead early at 16:15 of the first period as defense Caroline Harvey scored her second goal of the tournament on a shot from the slot to beat Canadian netminder Anne-Renee Desbiens. The Americans would add to their lead with 2:42 left in the first period when Abby Murphy won the race to the puck in the corner and passed it in front of the net to Hannah Bilka, who scored her second of the tournament. Team USA was able to convert on the power play early in the second period as Kristen Sims battled in front of the net to score her first Olympic goal, but it took a little time to confirm that there was a good goal, as the play was reviewed first to see if the puck crossed the goal line, and then again after Canada challenged for goaltender interference. Bilka and Murphy connected again with 7 minutes remaining in the second period for Bilka's second of the game to make it 4-0 USA. Finally, defense Layla Edwards, who is making history as the first female black player to represent the U.S. at the Olympics in hockey, scored her first Olympic goal to add to the lead in the third period and ultimately make it a 5-0 win for the United States. Erin Frankel's 20-save shutout was her second of the tournament and the third straight shutout for Team USA overall. This also marked the first time Team Canada has ever been shut out in the Olympics. And with the secondary assist on the opening goal, Team USA captain Hillary Knight put herself into a tie for the all-time leading scoring record at the Olympics with 32 points. With the win, Team USA clinched first place in Group A, and all teams from Group A automatically make the quarterfinals, but the standings still need to be figured out, as Canada and Finland have yet to play each other due to the original game time being postponed. Over in Group B, Sweden went undefeated and finished in first place, with Germany taking second, and the host country Italy finishing in third. The quarterfinal games will take place on Friday and Saturday, with the first game beginning at 10:40 a.m. on Friday. Next, McKenna Smith wraps things up with a Winter Olympic medal recap. McKenna?
As Day 4 concludes the Milan Cortina Winter Olympics, the medal standings are beginning to tell a story of early dominance and momentum. Norway leads the field with 12 total medals, continuing its long tradition of excellence in winter sports. The Norwegians have captured 6 gold, 2 silver, and 4 bronze medals so far, with cross-country skiing accounting for 4 podium finishes. The host nation, Italy, is nearly matching that total with 11 medals of its own. Italy's performance includes 2 gold, 2 silver, and 7 bronze medals, with alpine skiing delivering roughly half of those podium results. Japan currently sits in third with 7 medals, 2 gold, 2 silver, and 3 bronze. Both gold medals coming in snowboarding, highlighting the country's growing strength in freestyle competition. Team USA ranks 4th with 7 medals overall, 2 gold, 3 silver, and 2 bronze. The American gold medals came from the team figure skating event and alpine skier Breezy Johnson. Now looking ahead, several marquee moments await Team USA. Ice dance veterans Madison Chalk and Evan Bates aim for their first individual Olympic gold. Snowboarding star Chloe Kim begins her half-pipe title defense, while bobsled legend Elena Myers-Taylor, already one of the sport's most decorated athletes, looks to add to her legacy later this week. With many headline events still to come, the competition is only intensifying as the Milan Cortina Games continue.
And that's all for your news this evening. Next, we're back once again with Sideline Trivia. Stay tuned.
Take them, cue them, open their mics.
Today marked the 1-year anniversary of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette strike.
Point Park University just hosted a campus-wide meeting.
Plans for the rapid transit bus line are not set to conclude until 2025.
Welcome back. The Winter Olympics are underway and the whole world is watching. I'm joined by Adam Como, Serenity Jackson, and Peyton Zwerek to see who the Sideline Trivia champion will be. The following questions are all multiple choice pertaining to the Winter Olympics, and it doesn't matter if I read all 3, you can just guess whenever you want. Alrighty, question number 1. Which of the following is not one of the 5 colors in the Olympic ring? White, black, or green?
White.
White. Serenity's got it. That's 1. Alrighty. You're up 1-0. Number 2, what is the oldest Winter Olympic sport?
Figure skating.
Hockey. Right off the bat. Adam, come
Dang,
on.
he's here to play.
He is here to play.
Oh my God.
Hello. Absolutely flying. Alrighty. Okay, so you're tied at 1. Peyton's still looking to get on the board. Which country has hosted the Winter Olympic Games the most? France?
United States.
The United States.
No,
Adam,
wait,
look
no,
at
no,
this
he
guy.
didn't even get to the, you didn't even get to the answer yet.
I said you can answer. I said you can
Oh
answer.
my God,
If
we
you
didn't
were-
even
if you
answer
were
my
smart
one
enough-
question.
If you were smart enough like Adam, you can answer right off the bat. Out of
No,
way.
you definitely let him see the card before this.
I didn't. There's nothing
Shout
here.
out Angelo for letting me look up Olympics trivia.
Oh,
That's not fair.
he studied. All right, we got to move on. All right. So number 4, Adam's up by 1. Which Winter Olympic sports does the U.S. have the most medals in? Speed skating, snowboarding, or bobsled?
Bobsled. What's the other? Skating.
Skating. I'm just gonna let it go. You didn't get it right. All right, Serenity's at 2. All right, question number 5. This is a bit of a trickier one. Former Olympic figure skaters Tara Lipinski and Johnny Wire were starred in what reality TV series? Was it The Traitors, Survivor, or The Challenge?
The challenge? Traitors.
Traitors.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go. All right.
I had a 50-50.
Serenity's sitting at 3. Adam's got 2. Peyton, you're still not on the board here.
I don't know.
All right, so one final question. The hog line term is used in what Winter Olympic sport?
I don't know what that means.
Ski jumping, figure skating, or curling?
Curling?
Curling.
I didn't even know that.
It's the one. All right, we have a winner. Serenity, you are our winner this week. You get with 4 right out of 6, so that is that's a passing
impressive.
grade, I will say. All righty,
cheating.
that is all the time we have this
I don't
week.
even know what curling
Be sure to
is.
join us
Curling.
next week, the same Pioneer time, the same Pioneer channel, and the same Pioneer sideline.